Hello, welcome to the newspaper review. Today is the 13th day in the month of July 2022. My name is Williams Abule. I'm really excited to have you join me here. If this is the first time you're seeing this video, you know what we do here. This is where we bring you the headlines across newspapers around Nigeria, and we get to analyze headlines. And then would love you to also participate. How would you do that? First, also key that helps you get notified when we come up with a new program here on Top TV. Yes, because I know you would like to know about most of the programs that we put out here on Top TV. Well, if you notice, I have this very beautiful lady sitting right here with me. She's Natasha Brown. You are welcome. For today, that you can also join us. And if you want to stay connected to us, we are also on other social media handles. We are on Facebook as Tap TV, on Instagram is Tap TV_NG, and on Twitter is at Tap TV. So connect with us on all of these platforms. We'll be glad to really have you. All right, I'll be right back with the headlines, and Natasha and I will be going through some of the headlines, but that will be right after this break. You stay tuned.
Have you registered for your permanent voter's card? I mean, your PVC. There is a Nigeria we all seek, a place where love, peace, security, and unity can reign supreme.
Waste no time. We want a country where peace and justice will be the order of the day.
Unfortunately, there's a problem. One big challenge this generation has to solve.
Our country cries for help every day. We need able and capable hands to lead and direct.
These capable hands can be you. Have you gotten your PVC? Have you registered for the ongoing voting process? Don't say your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
Have you gotten your PVC? Your apathy towards Nigeria's electioneering process will further inhibit our collective growth and development as a nation. Your refusal to participate and engage will keep us at a standstill. So be intentional.
I have my PVC. Your votes, your voice would go a long way in preventing absolute destruction of this country and the future of our children, the hope of tomorrow.
The 2023 Nigerian elections are just around the corner. Go out and get heard. Don't forget, your vote, your voice. This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
That break. All right, we're still here with you. Don't forget that you can also be a part of this program by your reactions on the comment of this broadcast. All right, let's go to the headlines for today, the 13th day of July 2022, and we'll begin with this day newspaper. And on this day newspaper here we see CBN seeks proper disclosure, fraud prevention mechanism on digital financial services. I'll take that again. It says CBN seeks proper disclosure, fraud prevention mechanism on digital financial services. All right, we'll go to other headlines here. It says Heathrow asks airlines to stop selling summer tickets, limits daily passengers to 100,000. That story you'll find on page 40 of this day newspaper. Also, we see here ASUU 2022. INEC reassures voters they'll decide next governor. Page 40 is where you find details of that story. So as the big headliner here on the This Day newspaper, we see Lawal, Tinubu is cornered. He is taking sides against Christians. To your tent, O Israel. Once the gods want to destroy ex-Lagos governor, ruling party. Urges Buhari to invoke his powers to revoke vice presidential nomination. Says ex-Borno governor is over-ambitious. Machiavellian, over-ambitious Machiavellian. Shetima complicit in Chibok girls abduction, terrorism, say Northern Christian leaders. Amechi's ally Prince Will quits ruling party on same grounds. All right, Natasha, let me come to you. Well, this Muslim ticket, I'm sure that is not new to you right now. And it has elicited a lot of negative reaction recently. A lot of people have come out to say their bits about, whether it is strategy or it is totally out of line for the presidential candidate of the APC, that is Ahmed Tinubu, to have gone the Muslim ticket way. And here we are seeing that the Christians are saying that, you know, he's been cornered, and they're saying all sorts. A lot of reactions. What's your own reaction to this story?
I think if they say that it's strategy, they're not very wise. I think it's counter strategy, because you are subtly, either should I say, no, you're obviously passing a message out there to say the North is what matters. The North is what has the strength. Is what has the numbers. So if I am going to win this election, let me go dogged for what I want, which is Muslim, and get the whole of the North to come out for me, and maybe a few others from the southern region and all of that to come for me. So I think it's not a very wise strategy, because it's borderline looking quite insensitive to other religions, even though to an extent I do not think that religion is paramount is a paramount quality when considering who gets to lead a country. Why? Because you can still be Christian and probably still not very competent at doing the work, which he said was his excuse. You know, that, you know, he picked the Muslim ticket based on competence. But if you're talking about competence, what really has Shatima done in Borno State? And also, this is a man that is allegedly to be complicit with the whole Chibok girls kidnap and all that, Boko Haram. So do you want that kind of stain on your trail? Nigerians are not sleeping. We cannot forget. And this is the same insecurity we are facing. And also, another reason I think it's good strategy is because we have had a lot of Christian issues happening, Muslim Christian issues happening. We had the killing of Deborah. We have the back-to-back kidnapping of priests. So if you were a sensitive person, you would say, you know what, let me still create this balance so that I am still promoting that we can still be tolerant of both religions. But when you see all of these things happening in the country, and then you choose to turn a blind eye to it and choose to say, oh, based on your ambition, you're going to run a Muslim ticket, I think that is really quite insensitive.
Yes, I agree with you.
And even the excuse of competence, no, I'm not buying it. I am not buying it.
Well,
not at all.
I'm going to say that, well, I really am not in support of this kind of choice for a Muslim ticket, but I think the answer to that, and this goes to Nigerians and the voters out there, that it's simple. You don't agree to what the APC presidential aspirant has done. It is now time for you to go out there and use your vote to voice out your rejection of such a decision. If it is wrong, this is the best time. So he has made his choice. You have the power to also make your choice. And come 2023, that's what we expect Nigerians to do. Whether you're a party member, an APC member or not. At this time, party lines are no longer important. Being in PDP and APC or in whatever party there is no longer important. The country is crying for help.
In a very dire situation.
Yes.
I think the hardship is touching almost everybody.
It's touching everybody. I said in one of our programs last week, a week ago, that if they could attack the presidential convoy, it tells you where we are gone to. The lowest point ever. And then if they attacked the Kuje prison, and then the president came out to say, he was shocked. He's shocked, and then that the intelligence, that tells you that our government too, they are tired. So we need people that are ready, that have the energy to change things. And if this Muslim ticket doesn't seem like it's going to work in Nigeria's favor, Nigerians have the power to voice out their their disapproval, and the votes and the elections is where that can be done. So the whole talk about whether he has made the worst decision, whatever, that for me may just make you feel more aggravated and maybe cause more problems. We should all move past that and above sentiments, vote beyond sentiments, vote what you think is right. In fact, you should be campaigning against Muslim ticket, telling everybody around you, telling them the pros and the cons, and saying this is the likely thing that it may do for us. With that, you'll be able to maybe win some souls, like I usually say, to join you in, you know, very loud out there. So get your PVC and express your grievance and disgust against things like this. That's my position. Tinubu, well, if it's a strategy, good luck to him. All right, on to the next paper, and that will be the Nigerian Tribune. On the Nigerian Tribune here, we see Nigeria production averaged 1.238 million BPD in June. OPEC crude oil price falls below $100 per barrel. ASUU, INEC relocates polling units from palaces. Controversial points. Police deploy 21,000 officers. Adamu Shetima, APC governor's campaign for Oyetola in Osogbo. Details of that you'll find on page 26 of the Nigerian. Also, as a headline here on the see governorship candidate, formerly Akindele, as a running.
I did not see that coming, but I am so proud of her.
Yeah,
I think it is high time people started coming out. I mean, Ukraine President Zelensky used to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Well,
today, look how well he's handling the situation in Ukraine.
Trump is obviously a technocrat, but he used to be in the entertainment sector as well, with modeling industry and all of that. So I am rooting for her, and she looks like someone who is very much touched and pained by the state of things going on in Lagos. I heard her should I call it a manifesto on TV the other day, and I think she's in the right place. I wish her all the best. I mean,
I agree with you. I didn't see that coming, and it's quite a choice though for the PDP aspirants, governorship aspirants. Well, we wish them all the best. All right, moving on with the headlines still on the Nigerian Tribune. We see here as a major headline, APC Christian leaders in 19 northern states reject Muslim ticket. It's a violation of party constitution, they say. I would have voted APC, but Muslim ticket. Clark speaking there. Adebanjo backs Peter Obi's presidential bid. Details of all of these stories will be found on page 26, 27 and 28 of the Nigerian Tribune. So do well to pick up a copy and of course go to those pages for the details. We also see here Kuje jailbreak. Wadume Osinachi's husband still in custody. Correctional Service putting out the word there as against the report that broke 2 days ago that Osinachi's husband, the late singer, and of course the Wadume, a renowned accused terrorist in the Kuje prison, that they are still in custody. They didn't run away as alleged. All right. Also, we see here action, not lamentation, will end our strike. ASUU tells Buhari. All right. Let me come to you. I want us to talk about Osun State's election. You know, it's fast approaching. I believe this weekend it's going to go down, and I want you to run over what you expect from that election, knowing that Ekiti State, which is not very far away from where they are, well, from the analysis, it wasn't so bad, but just give us what you think should be expected in the Osun State election.
You know, I think that based off of the Ekiti State election, there were still some discrepancies, right, with the whole process. I only hope that INEC has been able to up their game. They have been able to test run with Ekiti and see the loopholes. You know, if they would need to get more police force to work with, or what more they would need to do to create an enabling environment for voter turn up. You know, so people come out and then they're not afraid. And also, I hope that they've been able to create measures whereby allegedly during the Ekiti elections it was heard that, you know, there was a
lot of vote buying.
So I hope that
most of the part of
so I hope that they have learned to strategize amongst themselves and set up measures where that kind of thing will not actually be the order of the day with Osun State election, because all of these state elections happening will give us a little glimpse, like a glimpse as to what we're to expect in 2023 election. So I hope that the INEC have been able to tighten up their belts and prepare better for the Osun State election. Now, based off of the candidates, we have the incumbent Oyetola, then we have the SDP, the PDP, and all other parties. The Labour Party, they also have their own candidates.
So true.
Yes, but apparently we are hoping that this time around, people are not just going to go out there to vote because I'm going to be giving 2,000 naira or 5,000 naira. Look at the situation of your state. Do you want things to be better? Do you think that things can actually be better? Then vote with the person that you think is forward thinking, is progressive, and has a vision for your state.
I agree.
It's not the time for people to be meddling and playing around with their PVCs. No, it's the time to go out there and because right now you are securing a future for the generations to come, not just for yourself alone. So I hope that that's what the voters are going to go out there to do. I hope security already is in place so that we don't have any helter-skelter developments going on. And also for the Adeleke PDP, party flag bearer, I just hope it all turns out well for each and every party. But I know that Oyetola has a lot of popularity with the Osun State people because they believe to an extent he has been able to how do I say it? He has been able to cut down on all of the backlogs, with the whole civil service and all of that. So I hope it just all turns out well. My own primary thought on this is for INEC to tighten up their belt as to measures that are needed to create a free and fair election, and also for the voters, think progressive when you're going out there to cast your vote.
Very well said, Natasha. I agree with you totally. For the people of Ekiti and of Osun, this should be an easy thing to do for them because, they have an incumbent, and these other parties that are trying to take over office from the incumbent. It's a good time for them to kind of like give an open and loud assessment of what the incumbent has been doing. Is it okay to bring him back into office, or try something different? So that is what they should be about, and avoid being induced by money, because you are the one wearing the shoe. And then if you love the shoe, well, keep it. If you don't like it, don't be induced to wear that shoe. Make a decision, and that's what we're calling for people living in Osun State. They should, I believe that this time around there should be no issues. Just like Ekiti State, there weren't no problem except for the fact that a lot of vote buying was, reported, and we hope that
and just few ballot box snatching here and there, which almost quite
it was even almost violence free. And we expect that same will be replicated in Osun State by both the security forces and, of course, the voters. And then INEC also said something about people collecting. They've extended the dates for more people to come and pick up their PVCs so that they can participate, because there was also a report that people in Ekiti State, I'm trying to do a comparison because, that was the most recent election, and like you rightly said, these elections are more like a litmus test as to the general elections in 2023. We're using INEC's conduct and INEC's style of handling these elections to also access or predict what would happen in 2023. What we should expect. So that's more like it. So yes, Ekiti State, there was a report that there was a low voter turnout, even though they had a high number of people that were registered to vote. But a lot of them didn't come out to do so. But we hope that that will change now. Let them come out to put out their voice, air their voice, and let it be that, okay, they feel that yes, my vote counted, because yes, truly, every vote counts now. It's not as business as usual anymore. Now your vote counts. So come out and vote. All right, I'll move on to the last paper we'll be taking for today, and that will be the Daily Sun newspaper. From the top there, it says, Nigeria in bad shape, needs competent leadership. Obi insists on citizens taking back country. That story you find on page 28 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Also, we see here death toll in Delta gas plant explosion rises to 10. Details of that, you want to know what happened, you go to page 26 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And then moving on, the big headline on the Daily Sun, it says, strike, ASUU hits back at Buhari, says president waking up to realities after 5 months, describes varsities as glorified secondary schools. Details there on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And lastly, I'll take this one. It says, Kwankwaso disowns Tinubu. I never endorsed APC candidate. He says that you'll find on page 6. NAS, Kano sponsors bills to strengthen armed forces, Court of Appeal. Details of that is on page 3 of the Daily Sun newspaper. So, Natasha, ASUU is back. We always talk about ASUU because it is worth talking about every time. It's very disheartening that, you know, kids from school have been at home for as long as they've been. You know, this has been like the usual occurrence for many years, and it is high time that we put a lasting stop to this. So they are back on the news again, and this time they're responding to Buhari's comment as to why that they should stop the strike and, you know, send back the children to school. And their reaction to that is more like, don't just talk, you know, let's see what you have been doing. Can you go over that, you know, that report?
I don't even think at this point in time we should be talking about this anymore because I feel like it is a horrible thing. Right now, what's on the mind of a lot of these politicians, if not all of them, is about what's the need for me 2023. Yeah. Nobody really cares about what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
Also, on the part of the lecturers, at a point in time, it begins to seem like, are you not sure you're going to just budge at a point in time? Just because of these children that are out of school, or these adults that are out of school, a lot of them are just idle at this point in time. And definitely because you're idle, you're looking for one or two things to do. Yes, there will be a lot of people who go out there, get a skill or whatever. But what about the other people who just feel pretty lax at home? You know, we're talking about criminality and all of that. So at a point in time, either both the ASUU and the federal government should be able to come to a consensual agreement.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult. Chris Ngige, I do not even know what that man is doing over there. It is a horrible thing. And then I think Buhari commented on the varsities being glorified secondary schools or what. If for anything, okay, I take the comedic aspect of that comment. But if you are complaining about our universities in such a way, then fund it.
And which is the call from ASUU.
You know?
So and recently this lawyer Falana, you know, tried to pose a solution to the federal government on how to fix this ASUU crisis. And according to him, he said that you have a supplementary budget, you know, that will help to fund these schools. That if they can continually, you know, promote subsidy and some other, you know, matters, and that they focus on, then they have the capacity, and they should not even say they don't have the capacity to deal with this matter.
Education should be a priority.
I think that's one of the
things we really should look out for in whoever is coming out to be president come 2023 election, because we need to know that security is a priority to you, power is a priority to you, education is a priority to you, healthcare sector is of great priority to you. I mean, we need all of these sectors up and running. We really need it up and running.
Because all of these things you mentioned are part of the reason why we employ, because, you know, whether they like it or not, the mass, the people, the employers of these leaders employing you to protect our lives and our property, and then you go there and you say, Baba, I'm not in charge, you stay one side. I mean, it's very unfair.
And you know the sad part about it? Every time I go online, people are always reposting immigration. People are always reposting, oh, scholarships, oh, you should, you know, you can go to Canada, you can go to Australia, go to Germany. These are our smart citizens that we are sending out of the country en masse. There is almost a 0.1% that they will ever come back. They're going there thinking greener pastures. After school, I'm going to look for a job and stay back there. Most of these people are highly talented, highly skilled, very smart. and then they put all their smarts in those countries, and they help those countries grow. Here we are left with what?
Yeah.
So sometimes it scares you to think about the futuristic impact of all that is happening now. It is a scary one.
It's so true. All right, that's all we'll be taking today. I want to thank you so much, Natasha, for making it here to the program. And to our viewers, thank you also for staying with us up to this time. Don't forget to connect with us on all our social media handles. I'll see you next time with the Newspaper Review. My name is William Sabule. Thank you.